Hello, my name's KM Steele, and today we're going to have a quick chat about creating authentic characters. Characters are quite important to a story. Some stories are character driven, some are plot driven, but nevertheless, characters need to be authentic and believable so that the reader can connect in some way. Most stories have 1 to 2 characters of importance and a number of supporting characters of varying importance. As a rule, the 1 to 2 characters will usually be the protagonist and the antagonist, and you may have some other characters who are not main supporting characters but have a little bit more involvement in the plot because they revolve around the main characters. Characters who are too one-dimensional or act in an unbelievable way will lose the reader. It's best to go for well-rounded characters who contain traits from either side of the spectrum, that is, a little bit of good, a little bit of bad, and characters can be overwhelmingly good or bad, but very few characters have only good traits or only bad traits. As an author, you can reveal character in a number of ways: the way the character looks, their ethnicity, their likes and dislikes, their beliefs, especially those that are religious or political, and what they want to achieve, their goals and their hopes in life. Other ways to reveal character is to share their background, not as so much in an info dump, but it could come out over your narrative so that it gives the reader a more well-rounded view of your character. You can also show the way other characters react to your character, and this will also help the reader build a picture of them. There are 3 basic character types. A mature individual. This character is well-rounded, already developed, and knows where they're going in life and who they are. The next is what we call a developing character. These are dynamic personalities who are developing for better or for worse in ways that they did not start out. The third type of character is static. They generally have 1 to 2 characteristics, usually stereotypical. The drunken detective, the wicked stepmother, the nasty businessman. These characters can be very, very useful when you're wanting to fill in some gaps, not flesh out a character too far, and use them as supporting cast. So what makes a good character? Think about the characters you really enjoy. What makes them great to you? What do you connect with? Why are you interested in their life? So when you're writing a character yourself, think about the things that you look for in a character and the things that will keep you coming back to see what happens with that character's narrative arc. So your characters need to be multi-dimensional and act in a believable way to hold the reader. Good characters can drive the narrative or be driven by the narrative, but they remain believable and connected to the reader. All readers want to suspend disbelief. It's your job to keep them there, in the zone, following the character and wanting to know more. As an author, you should know your characters inside out. Everything you know about that character does not need to find its way to paper, but you need to know. And believe it or not, your deep knowledge of your character, whether you show that to the reader or not, will make that character feel far more believable to the reader. So you need to think about why you're picking particular characteristics for your character and how they will inform the narrative and the character themselves. So for example, if you choose to make your main character a 30-year-old Indian man living in London, there's some questions you need to ask about that choice. Why did you choose that character? Why is he the best fit? What is his role in the narrative? How much do you know about the character yourself? How much do you know about being an Indian man living in London? You shouldn't choose characters just because they feel exotic to you or interesting, especially if you have no knowledge of their background ethnicity. It won't come across as authentic to readers, and especially readers from that demographic. So if you intend to use characters that don't come from your own background, you need to ask yourself if the reason you're choosing them is because they're the only character that could play that role. And if so, you need to do your research and make sure that you remain true to how that character would act in that situation. Fill out their backstory. Think about where they fit into society. Think about their dreams and hopes, their needs, their wants, their desires. Make sure you understand everything about them, and this will make them very believable to the reader. Of course, there's so much more to know about characters, and there are so many character types that we can't cover them all. I hope this has been useful for getting you started on building your own characters. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to have a chat about character building and all things narrative. Happy writing.